So very good morning to all.
Kinda.
So can you see the screen now? Yes, students. So here, a very good morning to all. Here we are going to have the session on orientation session for all students
Good
and
night.
faculty of by Innovation Ambassadors. Okay. So this is given by our Honorable HOD Sir, Dr. S.P. Yadav.
ఏం చేస్తారు?
Students, switch on your cameras. I am taking a screenshot. Please, once you switch on your cameras, all of you. Yes. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me, students?
Yes, ma'am.
ఓన్లీ ఫేస్ వరకు కనిపించేటట్టు పెట్టండి. ఒక స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసుకుంటా అంతే. నేను మీ సీలింగ్ కనిపిస్తుంది మామూలుగా లైక్ దట్. గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. బీ నాట్ స్విచ్ ఆన్. ఒక్కసారి అందరూ చేసేస్తే నేను ఇమీడియట్ గా స్క్రీన్ షాట్ తీసేసుకున్న తర్వాత ఆఫ్ చేసుకుందాం. ఓకే ఓకే, లైక్ దట్. ఎవ్రీవన్ 449 బీ నాట్. Just for 2 minutes, switch on your cameras, all of you. Yeah, like that. Just wait. I'm scrolling down. I need to take a few more pictures. Just wait. Good, very good. Just a minute. Okay. Now let us hear with One second, students.
defining characteristics of innovation. You should just understand that it is a new concept, new idea, and something value is added to this. Then the second term associated with it is a startup. So you should know what is a startup. The term a startup refers to a company in the first stage of operations. Startups are founded by one or more entrepreneurs who want to develop a product or service for which they believe there is a demand. As per the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, they are telling that an entity is considered as a startup for a period of up to 10 years from the date of registration, and if its turnover does not exceed rupees 100 crore. So even in second year of registration, if the turnover exceeds 100 crore, then that company will not be considered as a startup company from the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, because they give some exemptions on tax and other benefits. The third term which we should know is incubation. So third term is, what is incubation? Incubation is a unique and highly flexible combination of business development process, infrastructure and people designed to nurture and grow new and small businesses by supporting them through early stages of development and change. A business incubator is an organization that accelerates and systemizes the process of creating successful enterprises by providing them with a comprehensive and integrated range of support, including incubator space, business support services, and clustering and networking opportunities. Then there is a fourth term which is associated with this, that we should know: entrepreneur. Who is entrepreneur? What is entrepreneurship? That also you should know. An entrepreneur is the person who takes risks and starts something new. In that process, we will define entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the process of identifying and starting a new business venture, then sourcing and organizing the required resources while taking both the risks and rewards associated with the venture. So there are many terms, but I thought at least four fundamental terms which are required for this process are to be known to you. Okay. Then we will go to the actual Innovation and Startup Policy 2019. So how it was done? So let us see its preamble. In November 2016, All India Council of Technical Education released a startup policy document for AICTE approved institutions to address the need of incubation of innovation and experiential culture in higher educational institutions. Henceforth, I will tell HEI, means higher educational institutions. The policy primarily focused on guiding the AICTE approved institutions in implementing a startup action plan of Government of India. Subsequent to release of the startup policy by AICTE and further interaction and feedback received from education institutions, a need was felt for a more elaborate and comprehensive policy guiding document which could be applicable for all the HEIs in India. HEI means higher educational institutions. For that, a 15-member committee was constituted by Ministry of Human Resource Development under the chairmanship of Professor Ashok Jhunjhunwala, Professor of IIT Madras. This was to formulate detailed guidelines for various aspects related to innovation, startup, and entrepreneurship management. This committee deliberated on various facets for nurturing the innovation and startup culture in HEIs. It covered intellectual property ownership, revenue sharing mechanism, norms for technology transfer, and commercialization, equity sharing, etc. After multiple rounds of meetings, National Innovation and Startup Policy 2019 for students and faculties of higher educational institutions were prepared. What is the vision for this? The main vision for this is India aspires to become a $5 trillion economy by 2024. This is vision of our Prime Minister Dr. Narendra Bhai Modi. To reach this mark, it needs to evolve systems and mechanisms to convert the present demographic dividend into high quality technical human resource capable of doing cutting edge research and innovation and deep tech entrepreneurship. If you are not conversant with the demographic dividend, so it is nothing but India has a large number of population in the young age group, in the age group of 30 to 40. So if we make this demographic dividend of a very talented person with lot of energy, then we can certainly achieve a target which is being set up, has been set up by our Prime Minister of $5 trillion economy by 2024. Now only 3 years are left. How it can be achieved? That is why this policy has been brought into this one. So to reach the mark, it needs to evolve system and mechanism to convert the present demographic dividend into high quality technical human resource capable of doing cutting edge research and innovation and deep tech entrepreneurship. The National Student and Faculty Startup Policy 2019, now I will call NISP, is a guiding framework to envision an educational system oriented towards startups and entrepreneurship opportunities for students and faculties. The guidelines provide ways to Indian higher educational institutions for developing entrepreneurial agenda, managing intellectual property rights, ownership, technology licensing, and equity sharing in startups or enterprises established by faculty and students. In India, the innovation is still not the epicenter of education. It is mostly ignored in higher educational institutions. In order to achieve the cultural and attitudinal shift and to ensure that innovation and startup culture is the primary fulcrum of our higher educational system, a policy framework and guidelines are the need of this hour. These guidelines will enable institutions to actively support their faculty, staff, and students to participate in innovation and entrepreneurship related activities. Thus, encouraging students and faculty to consider startups and entrepreneurship as a career option. These recommendations and guiding principles will also help higher educational institutions in creating their own policy framework if required. So this is just the vision. It continues like this. Moreover, these guidelines will facilitate Ministry of Human Resource Development in bringing uniformity across higher educational institutions in terms of IPR, ownership management, technology licensing, and industrial startup policy, thus enabling creation of a robust innovation and startup ecosystem across all higher educational institutions. These guidelines will also help emphasize that the entrepreneurship is all about creating a business which is financially successful. So that what I was talking about, the preamble for creating this National Innovation and Startup Policy and the vision behind it. Now, coming to National Innovation and Startup Policy 2019 for faculty and students, let us have some briefs. So this NISP 2019 was launched by Honorable Minister of Human Resource Development on 11th September 2019. The policy intends to guide higher educational institutions to promote students and faculty-driven innovations and startups. It will be instrumental in leveraging the potential of a student's problem solving and entrepreneurial mindset and promoting a strong intra and inter-institutional partnerships. What are the thrust area of this NISP 2019? The main thrust areas are this all higher educational institutions, strategy and governance for promoting innovation and entrepreneurship. They should make strategies. Then creating innovation pipeline and pathways for entrepreneurs. Then building organizational capacity, human resources and incentives. And finally, collaboration, co-creation and business relationship and knowledge exchange. Similarly, there should be some norms for faculty and students driven innovation and startups. Incentivizing faculty and students for entrepreneurship. Norms for faculty startup that institute should set up, and then incubation and pre-incubation support, IP ownership rights for technology developed at higher educational institutions, pedagogy and learning interventions for supporting innovations and startup, and finally, entrepreneurial performance impact assessment. So these are some of the thrust areas of National Innovation and Startup Policy 2019 for faculties and students. Now let us discuss some highlighting features of the policy. The first feature is creation of Innovation Fund for supporting innovative projects and startups by allocating minimum 1% of institute's total budget. Then academic break for a semester or year to work on their startups. Credits for working on innovation, prototype or business models. Then 2% to 9.5% equity or a stake in a startup or in company by institutes incubator. Complete ownership of IPR by the inventors in case of non-usage of institute's facilities or resources. And finally, services to be offered by institutions in lieu of equity, fee-based or zero payment model. So these are the highlighting features of this policy. Then let us take one by one the different strategies which have been followed in this. The first is a strategies and governance for promoting entrepreneurship. In this, the major dimension of higher educational institutions strategy should formulate university or HEI level document in accordance with the NISP and state startup policy. So there is also existing a state policy on this startup. So all institutes should develop a document, a strategy, which is achieved through mission statements rather than a stringent control system. Entrepreneurial agenda should be the responsibility of a senior person at the level of dean, director, equivalent position with less hierarchy and autonomy. Intra and inter-institutional relation to promote innovation and entrepreneurship agenda, and institute can provide services and facilities to outsider entrepreneurs too. The next point is the resource mobilization plan should be in place. Own resource 1% fund of the total annual budget. Then raising fund from diverse sources like a state and capital agency, central agency. central agencies. Then incubation fund support under CSR section 135 of the Company Act 2013, and also a sponsorship donation from alumni network. Also, all higher educational institutes should join the institution's innovation council network and participate in a smart India hackathon and participate in Atal ranking of institution innovation achievement. The next point is creating innovation pipeline and pathways for entrepreneurs. All higher educational institutions, to ensure maximum students should participate and go through pre-incubation process of problem identification, solution development, proof of concept validation, and prototype development, business model and proposal development. These institutes should link and collaborate their incubation unit with external agencies and ecosystem enablers and provide network support to incubate startups. And finally, they should be connecting student entrepreneurs with incubate a startup for internships, experience sharing, and encouraging participants of students in innovation and business plan competitions. I organize such competitions like hackathons on campus, etc. The next point is building organizational capacity, human resources, and incentives. The institute should recruit a staff that have a strong innovation and entrepreneur or industrial experience, behavior, and attitude. This will help in fostering the innovation and entrepreneurship agenda and culture in higher educational institutions. Faculty and department of the institute have to work in coherence and cross-departmental linkage and maximum utilization internal resources and knowledge. Faculty and staff should be encouraged to do courses, training, certificates on innovations, entrepreneurship, and IPR. To retain talent, institutes should develop academic and non-academic incentives and reward mechanisms for all staff, faculty, and stakeholders. A performance matrix should be developed and used for evaluation as part and contribution of faculty staff towards achieving I&E agenda should be a part of matrix. Next point is collaboration, co-creation, and business relationship and knowledge exchange. Institute should develop a policy or guideline document for forming and managing the relationships with external stakeholders, including private industries. The knowledge exchange through collaboration and partnership should be made as part of the institutional policy, and there should be a mechanism should be devised by the institute to ensure maximum exploitation of entrepreneurial opportunities with industrial and commercial collaborations. Knowledge development should be done by the institute through development of innovation knowledge platforms using ICT capabilities, repository of ideas, POCs, innovations, and startups can be managed through the platform. Then coming to the second part, norms for faculty and student-driven innovation and startups. So what are the norms? First is incentivizing students for innovation and entrepreneurship. All higher educational institutes should establish process or give clear guideline and mechanism for easy creation and nurturing of startups or enterprises by students of UG, PG, and PhD. Faculty and staff of higher educational institute by setting up a committee and working committees on following. What should be the working committees? First, allow a student to set up a startups, social and tech and even non-tech also, or working part-time for the startup while studying, working as intern, allowing students to earn credit for working on innovative prototypes or business models. Student innovators, entrepreneurs may be allowed to opt for a startup in place, mini project, major project, seminar and summer training, etc. Allow a student entrepreneurship to take a semester break or year break to work on their startup, allowing a student or entrepreneurs or innovator to sit for the examination. Institute need to set up minimum attendance and after reviewed by committee on case-to-case basis. Allowing a student entrepreneurs to use the address of hostel or pre-incubation and or incubation unit to register their venture while studying in higher educational institutions. Then the second point, incentivizing faculty for innovation and entrepreneurship. Institute should allow faculty to start a startup based on the technology developed by in the lab at the institute or previously developed somewhere else, but have ownership on IP if technology based. Allow faculty and staff to take off for a semester or year as a sabbatical, unpaid leave, casual leave, earned leave for working on a startup and combine. No restriction or shares that staff and faculty can take as long as they don't spend more than 20% of office time on the startup in advisory or consultation role and don't compromise with their existing academic and administrative work or duties. In case a faculty or a staff is drawing salary from institute or institute stake or equity on a startup should be limited to 20% of total share of the faculty or staff or 9.5% of total stake, whichever is minimum. Then the third point is norms for faculty startup. The role of faculty while teaching may be as owner or founder or co-founder or director, promoter or advisor or mentor or consultant, but cannot take role of employee as CEO or other managerial role in his or her startup and cannot draw salary from a startup and cannot accept gifts from his own startup. He or she can take share on profit and dividend only if any from a startup as owner or shareholder. Faculty must clearly separate and distinguish ongoing research at the institute from the work conducted at the startup or company. Then, in case selection for acceleration or incubation, he may take sabbatical leave or other leave up to 1 semester or year or more based on committee recommendation. Faculty must not involve research staff or other staff engaged in academic projects of institute in activities at the startup. Then other point is incubation and pre-incubation support facility creation and access. In this creation of pre-incubation and incubation, Section 8 of Company Act or Society, pre-incubation and incubation support attached with nearest incubation unit if not exist in campus, promotion and intensification of technology, commercialization efforts, allowing licensing of IPR from institute to a startup incubated at incubation unit. Facility should be accessible to 24/7 to a student, a staff and faculty of all discipline and department across the institute. Provision and streamline relevant services and mentoring support through pre-incubation, incubation units in return for fees, equity sharing or zero payment basis. In return of services offered, space, infrastructure, mentorship, seed fund, accountant and legal and patent support and use of facilities at institute incubation unit may take 2 to 9.5% equity stake in the startup or company incubated. In case of compulsory equity model, a startup may be given a cooling period of 3 months to use the incubation services on rental basis to take final decision. Then the next point is IP ownership rights for technologies developed at higher educational institutions. If fund and resources of higher educational institutions used substantially, then IPR should be made jointly by institute and inventor and licensed together and revenue sharing among the parties. If any one of the inventor want to start a startup based on the technology developed as above, then it can be licensed to inventor with royalty would be no more than 4% of sales price, preferably 1 to 2% unless it is pure software product. If it is in the form of shares, then it will again between 1 to 4%. In case software share divide is based on mutually decided between the institute and incubation unit and incubate company. Next, on any dispute on IPR, ownership and revenue sharing and licensing, then a 5-member committee set up at higher educational institution will look into the matter and recommend. Interdisciplinary research and publication on a startup and entrepreneurship should be promoted by the higher educational institutions. The next point is pedagogy and learning interventions for entrepreneurship development. Adopt and produce desirable learning outcomes as part of curricula, co-curricular and extracurricular level. Then create and publish toolkit on innovation and a startup and IPR for open access to students and faculties. Student clubs, bodies on innovation and IPR and a startup must be established and engaged. All higher educational institutions should start recognizing and giving innovation and entrepreneurship awards to best achievers from campus annually and confer gold medal kind of rewards during convocation ceremony. Teaching on tolerating and encouraging failures. Creating awareness among students and teaching methods should include case studies of real business stories of failure and success, experiential learnings. There should be a pedagogy. Changes need to be done to ensure that maximum number of student projects and innovations are based around life challenges. It should be constantly reviewed and updated by the higher educational institutions. Start a part-time or full-time MS or MBA or PGDM in innovation, entrepreneurship and venture development course to be offered through incubation unit as per the AICTE guidelines. So new courses also can be introduced on related to innovation and startup. The next point is entrepreneurial performance impact assessment. So the performance analysis of services and facilities on regular basis to be done. Development of key performance indicators should be there, and there should be focus on input, process, output, outcome and impact level. Now, just to conclude, what I have discussed in this lecture, that what is innovation, we have defined. It is something new. A startup, what is a startup, what is incubation and what is entrepreneurs. So these 4 terms which are very basic to this policy should be understood to each and everyone. Then I have discussed on National Innovation and Startup Policy 2019 for students and faculty members, which has been implemented to achieve a mission $5 trillion economy by 2024, which is nothing in vision of our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Bhai Modi. Then we also discussed preamble and vision of National Innovation and Startup Policy. Then we elaborated on thrust areas of the policy, then highlighting features and strategies and governance. So with this, I thank you for your patience listening. If you have any questions, please do ask. Otherwise, thank you very much once again.
So students, I think, hope you understood what is startup, what is incubation, what is entrepreneurship, and what is how we can process and how we can get IP and all. So sir has given a very good knowledge, sir. And if you want this recorded video, any student, really those who are interested, I will forward them, not to all. And if you have any queries, directly you can mail me. I will forward to sir, or directly you can also send